So within Logpoint, the dashboard that I have open right now shows our threat intelligence dashboard, where we are leveraging threat intel in conjunction with the logs to present that to the security analyst so that they can take action on this. So what I always love to do, let's jump right inside our log window. I'm going to execute a query. Actually, I'm going to drop this down and say the last 30 minutes, re-execute the query again, keep a finite timeline. Here you're going to see these are logs that we're just pulling in, just rudimentary logs that have come in. I have a predefined search. I'm just going to paste it in here. Domain star, score star, chart count, score, IP, domain, threat source. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-execute this search to show me literally what I'm looking for is a threat source, right? It's going to show me other things as well, the score, the IP, the domain, but I'm really focused right now on that threat source. Where is this threat source coming from that has caused these events to appear? Okay, I'm going to choose one of them. Say we want to look at this homdsharkscar.com. When I click the search button, we then are driven down into the search window for this respective item. You're going to see everything that's highlighted in red has been enriched by the Logpoint enrichment process. And obviously there is a threat source. This is a CSV file. So in our organization, somebody has a manual CSV file. This could be IP address, blacklist, whitelist, known hashes. I mean, it's a file, can be anything you want. You upload it and Logpoint will leverage that and we can match data with that. In this case, we have a CSV file which is actually matching that, what we need it to be. So now what happens if I go down into my configuration and then I look at my enrichment sources. In my enrichment sources, I have threat intelligence. Let's go and take a look at that threat intelligence. By clicking on the threat intelligence, it shows me all of the respective configuration items. So I'm looking for, in my services, I'm looking for emerging threat, custom CSV, and recorded future. So there's custom CSV. That is the file that gets uploaded. We can upload this once, we can automate it, so you can keep this file on a separate system and re-upload that, or you can map it by URL. So in this case, we choose our threat sources. We have a mapping, what fields do we care about, hashing, source IP address, and then we have our various threat intel sources. There's CSIS, BlueLive, and of course, Stix Taxi. Here's as well our recorded future, depending on whichever service we need to actually run and operate. Once this comes back, remember this is very similar to the MITRE ATT&CK framework where there is built-in mapping that relates to this. So all our customers need to do is come and set up the threat intel source, map it, and the data automatically becomes enriched as it goes to be viewed or incidents created. Now, it's not the only place where we have this. We have this inside our SOAR, which are the Security Operations Automation Responses. I'm going to come into this in the next section, but just to show briefly here, we have some actual configuration fields. One of them is products. So in the case of this product is who do we work with? Who does Logpoint actually partner with? So I'm just going to type in THR threat. Just a quick type ahead. These are all the threat organizations that Logpoint partners with, we work with. You're going to see here down one of the interesting ones is the Tanium Threat Response, a relatively new sort of threat response team. So if they discover something, all we need to do is to configure that. The configuration could be subscribing to their source, or if it's open source, if it's free, if it's available on the internet, whatever the case is. You pull that data in and you'll see how many there are. There are literally very many threat sources that we support. Pull that data in, match it to the data, actually match the fields, match where there is an incident that has already been seen, elevate that, create an alert, and obviously you deal with that.